First of all, a huge welcome to Teddington School. My name is Mr. Law and I'm acting head at the moment. As you know, we will be appointing a new head over the next term and a half. But in the meantime, the ship is mine to sail, and so I'd like to welcome you here this evening to what I think is a thriving, vibrant learning community. We're lucky to be housed in the most fantastic physical environment. And what I'd like to think this evening is that we can give you a flavour of what we have to offer here at Teddington. The facilities, all of the facilities are here and open for you to see this evening. But much, much more importantly, our staff and many of our students are here as well for you to talk to. Because the school is obviously far, far more than just the physical buildings that we have around us. Now, as parents, you're probably all coming with a variety of things you're looking for in a secondary school, and different things will be important to different people. But I imagine amongst them is a good reputation, good results, good behaviour, good sport, good performing arts, good insert what your personal interests are for your child. But actually, if you distill it down, I think there are three things that all parents are looking for. When your child comes to a secondary school, you want them to be safe, you want them to be happy, and you want them to be successful. And we can talk about what successful means for your child in a moment. If your child feels safe, they will be happier in school and they will thrive. And I'd like to think that our induction process is designed to help Year 6s make that transition smoother with the minimum of anxiety. Because it can be an anxious time, and there'll be different anxieties for different people. So we have Year 9 buddies who will go into primary schools and visit the students that have decided to come to Teddington, along with their staff. For some students, some of our special needs staff will go into school to visit as well. And in some cases, our pastoral support teams will go in. We then got, obviously, the induction day itself, where we try and give youngsters a real flavour of a school day at Teddington. And then once they arrive, their buddies that they've met in the previous term will by then be Year 10s, but will also continue to work with those students for the first few weeks as they integrate themselves into secondary school. And you'd be amazed at how quickly your young Year 6s turn into confident Year 7s, able to move happily and calmly and fearlessly around the building in most cases. We also have strong pastoral support, which will add to that, and there will be one or two students who sometimes find the transition harder, and we've got good intervention strategies to support those youngsters. As you move around the building this evening, I think you'll find our students are courteous and considerate. And in fact, that's also what visitors say when they come during the school day, but almost any time in the school day. That and the calm atmosphere and the good relationships that we have here make Teddington a very, very happy place for students. And all of our students, when we ask them, and when other people ask them, more importantly, do say that they are happy to be here. But happiness also comes from being engaged in learning, engaged in extracurricular activities, maybe enjoying new friendships, in achieving goals. Happiness in itself can come from success. And we must make sure that we don't have a narrow view of success. Because, again, success means different things to different people. There is academic success. And at Teddington, we pride ourselves on academic success. Last year's Year 11s have given us the best results in the history of the school. 74% of our students gained the vital national benchmark of 5 A's and C's, including English and Maths. That represents a very good result for our youngsters. 30% of our students got 5 or more A's and A stars. And in fact, 33% of all the grades gained at GCSE were A's and A stars for that cohort of students. But it's not just about the brightest of the students. Teddington is lucky. We have an above average intake of students every year. But actually, in English, Maths and Science, progress for all students from all starting points is above average. So students who come into Teddington School with low primary attainment at the end of Key Stage 2 have still made progress above average, national average progress for students with the same starting point. And that's because we try to see those youngsters as individuals. We set them targets as individuals, we track them as individuals, and we put interventions in as individuals to keep them on track. And that success is the result of setting challenging targets. For many of our students now, we will set them a target based on what the top performing 10% of students in the country would achieve from the same starting point. Not the top 25%, not the top 50%, the top 10% is the target for most of our students. Then we track them against those targets. Occasionally we may have to adjust the target if the data underlying it wasn't reliable. We may have to intervene. All kinds of things happen in teenage years that make students less focused than they once were. And those of you who have not had that experience yet have it to look forward to. There'll be others in the room who have lived that particular few years already, or are still doing so. And you don't need to be told what it can be like. But if we combine that with good quality teaching and good behaviour and high expectations, then we create a learning environment in which our students thrive and which they're happy to be in. But success for us goes beyond that academic success, and it needs to, because the world that our young people are going to go out into is competitive, but it's competitive beyond academic outcomes. You would have heard stories of students all with 3 A stars at A level competing for places at university. How do they separate? Well, they have to look for other things. And for us, participation and leadership in the wider life of the school is a really vital part of the experience of being at Teddington. We're in week 4 of the new year, and already this term we've had a group of students visit CERN to have a look at the Large Hadron Collider. 90+ students have been on the Duke of Edinburgh final expedition weekend. We've had trips to the Design Museum, to Kew Gardens, and just 4 hours ago, our German exchange visitors arrived, and we're going to be spending a week with their exchange partners here. It's a thriving, busy place. Students can choose this term from 29 extracurricular sports clubs every week. 200+ students are involved in our forthcoming production of Grease. We have a Raspberry Pi club, which has nothing to do with cooking. It's a computer programming club. We have a rocket club, which has nothing to do with salad. It actually is rocket science. We have art, we have music, dance, you can learn Chinese, you can take Latin to GCSE, and the results are very good. There's chess, there's Warhammer, whatever that is. There's a huge range of things which help to develop our students into responsible, confident young people with that wide set of skills that the modern world will demand of them, and particularly those interpersonal skills which the employment world is looking for. If you haven't been here before, you will see this evening a quite superb building, and we are very proud of it. And our students have looked after it really well. It's in its 4th year, and 1,200 pairs of feet, 1,200 hands, 1,200 bags on back. They will take their toll, but it's not bad, and I think you'll agree it's not bad. And the thing is, our students understand that they're only guardians of the building. It's not theirs, any more than it's mine. And they need to hand it on to the next generation of learners, some of those hopefully in this room right now. And they also know that being at Teddington School is much more than just being in this building. And I think the essence of the school is captured in our values. We like to encourage in all of our people, staff and students, the notions of respect, trust and fairness. That gives us positive relationships. It gives us good listening skills. It gives us clear expectations and respect for boundaries. All of those things make the school secure and happy and successful. We also believe that everyone here should take responsibility and to make a contribution, which is why we encourage young people into leadership roles, into coaching roles, and we ask them to make contributions across the school. Our students also have an amazing capacity to raise funds for charities. And when particular world crises have arisen, the generosity of students, both of their time and their money, has been amazing. And we also believe in developing talents and maximising achievements. And like I've tried to explain to you, that achievement is much more than just academic, because we have to focus on more than just the academic. And finally, because I said I would keep you long, it's fantastic to be able to stand here and talk to potential new Year 7 students and to ask you to think not of a 5-year journey now, but of a 7-year journey at Teddington School. Now, it may be early for some of you in this room to be thinking about post-16 education. You're just about thinking about post-11 education. But for us, the opening of our 6th form in September 14 is the culmination of a lot of work that we've been going on to create an exceptional 11 to 18 school. So I would say to you, even though you're here to look at school for Year 7, please do take time to have a look at the 6th form display on the 1st floor. Speak to Mr. Victory, our head of 6th form, because Teddington is now an 11 to 18 through school for the people in this room. And that is very exciting for us. So please, enjoy the rest of your visit. Staff and students are proud to be at Teddington School, so talk to them, have a look around and find out why they love it so much. Thank you so much for listening and have a great evening.